Hey guys, Jamie here, Labradoodlecare.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to brush your Labradoodle puppy's teeth, how to get them used to the process, how to expose them to it, and how to get them to enjoy it. So we've got Oliver over here. He is coming into view for you. Oliver, let's brush your teeth. Come on, let's brush your teeth. And typically of course he's on camera. Go ahead and sit down. Good boy. So I just call him over typically and tell him, hey, let's brush your teeth. And he'll come over and he'll sit down in my lap. He's used to doing it. Go ahead and lay down. Lay down. Good boy. So I started brushing Oliver's teeth really, really early on, just because it's important to get them used to having their muzzle and their mouth handled and touched. It just makes them a whole lot more comfortable if you expose them early on, and it makes the process ultimately that much easier when they get used to it. So he's very well used to being handled, his mouth being touched and his muzzle being held and things like that. He doesn't mind it too much, especially when he knows it's time to brush his teeth. So there's a lot of reasons why you should brush a dog's teeth. There's a lot of correlation between oral and dental health and hygiene in a dog, much like there is with a human, and their overall health and well-being and longevity. So if you don't take care of your dog's teeth and provide proper oral care, then it can lead to a lot of other health conditions. It can start to affect their organs and their organ function and things like that. So it's definitely, it's really not that hard. Like I said, I brush Oliver's teeth every day. I typically do it right in the morning. He eats, then he goes outside, and then when he comes back in, I typically will brush his teeth. So I'm going to just take you through and show you how to do it. I've got some stuff over here. Obviously I have some treats to get him to stay in camera here. But I've got what's called a finger toothbrush. We don't use this anymore, but this is kind of what I started with. And then I've got a regular pet toothbrush. It's soft bristles. It's got two different size bristles. Two different size brushes rather, one on each side. And then I have some dog toothpaste or pet toothpaste, and this one is actually poultry flavored. He actually loves this flavor. So that really helps out, is making sure that you get a toothpaste that is actually made for dogs, and you definitely don't want to be using anything that's made for humans. It's just not meant for it. It's not consumable. This they can actually swallow, and it's not going to harm them or anything like that. So let's go ahead and see if I can get Oliver to let me brush his teeth. Come on, let's get up. Let's brush your teeth. So he usually sits like this, and then I will kind of just wrap my legs around and get him a little bit comfortable. I'm not squeezing him or anything like that. So when you're first starting out, you just want to get them used to the process of you touching their muzzle, touching their mouth, getting them used to it. You can even start by putting a little bit of toothpaste on your fingers, or even putting a little bit of something like peanut butter on your fingers, just to get them used to you touching their mouth and handling their mouth. He's pretty used to me kind of just popping his mouth open and looking at his teeth. And I try to take really good care of his teeth, just because I know the impact on his health. So he doesn't really mind it too much. He'll usually show me his teeth and things like that. So he's used to my hands being in his mouth and around his mouth, on his gums, on his teeth. So that's something that, he's 8 months old right now. So when they're puppies, it can take a little while. You've got to be patient with them. You can't expect at the very first time that you try and brush their teeth that they're actually going to allow it. So be very gradual with the process and patient with them, and understanding that, it's something new for them. So here's the finger toothbrush. You can see this is actually a really great way. This is how I started with Oliver. I started with this just because it's, rather than a full-on toothbrush going in their mouth, this is just a whole lot easier. It's, they're not really gonna bat an eye at it too much. He does get kind of in an awkward position when I brush his teeth. You'll see that here in a minute. But he allows it. He basically just starts licking the toothpaste, and that's, ultimately the goal. So you can see he's not afraid of, he doesn't like his front teeth brushed too much, but the toothbrush itself, he doesn't have a problem with it being in his mouth. So that's probably not his favorite thing in the world, but he definitely allows it. So you just start with putting some toothpaste on there. And when you're first getting them used to the toothbrush, you can actually just put a little bit on there and then let them sniff it, and he'll actually lick it. He likes the taste of it. And then just kind of get him used to it, that the toothbrush is not a bad thing. So if you can associate the toothbrush with good things like getting treats, the taste of peanut butter when you're first starting out, it makes the process pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and actually brush his teeth. And the way you want to do it is you want to mainly focus on the sides and the back, obviously the front as well. Like I said, he doesn't really like the front brush too much. You'll see that. And then for the insides of the teeth, like close to the tongue, you don't have to really worry about that too much. The tongue of the dog actually takes care of that for the most part. So you don't have to really worry about that too much. So I'm just going to kind of take a couple fingers here along his bottom jaw and then his top jaw, and I'm just going to kind of open it up a little bit and expose his teeth and kind of hold his gums back. You can see automatically he starts to lick. So I'm just going to start in the back, and I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion here, just very gently, getting both the top and the bottoms, and then also the back of his teeth as well. And then I'm going to try and move over the front. You can see he doesn't like the front done too much. Okay, let's get this side ready. And then his back teeth as well. And again, it's just a circular motion. It's very gentle. And it's pretty easy once they get used to it. I'm going to try and get his front teeth going last time here. There we go. It's a good boy. And you can talk to him and comfort him as you're doing it. You can see he's just loving the taste of the toothpaste, so he's not really concerned about it too much. So when he's done, I usually let him lick the toothbrush off. I have to keep him from eating it. He likes to try and nibble on it. And then sometimes I'll even, I'll try and get his tongue just a little bit, just, if he's got some funky breath. But overall, I mean, it's really not too difficult of a process, especially if you start really early on. You definitely want to reward them when you're done, give them a little treat, make it an enjoyable experience so that they're more apt to participate with you and not fight you in the process. So we've got some more information over on our website, labradoodlecare.com/teeth, and you'll find different articles on just oral health, oral care for Labradoodles, and just some general information about their teeth, when they fall out, that type of thing. So go on over there, check it out, labradoodlecare.com/teeth. Hope you found this helpful. Go ahead and drop some comments in the bottom if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to answer those for you. And definitely hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. Thanks so much.